Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to talk about the upcoming sprawling epic based on Frank Herbert's novels. The thing that really piqued my interest regarding this movie is the texture of the worlds, the world building, and also the fact that it has a great cast. But before we get too deep into talking about the movie, before I completely lose track of what I was saying in the first place, monkeys, roll the footage.
Did you say Rose?
Yeah, Rose.
Ooh, Rose is good. Rose by any other name. Yeah, that works.
I like
All right.
that a lot.
Okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Rose is fine.
All right, so today we are on ScreenRant.com. Even though I'm still kind of upset with Screen Rant, we are over here and we are going to look at this article from 18 hours ago by Rachel Labonte. Jason Momoa takes down enemies in new Dune 2020 movie images. Seeing some images from this movie and seeing Jason Momoa without a beard is kind of odd to begin with because, well, we're used to him as Arthur Miller and Aquaman, and he looks to be a badass in this movie, which cool. I'm excited, but I really want to get back into this. That's why I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to find the 1984 movie with Kyle MacLachlan and Sting and the rest of the cast, and then I'm going to watch the 2000 version, which is on YouTube for free. I think it's still on there, but I'm going to watch that before I go see this, because I'm going to go see this movie in the theater. Theaters are open. I'm not afraid to go to the theater. So let's get started. Check this article out. The latest batch of images from Denis Villeneuve's Dune offers a new glimpse of the star-studded cast, from Jason Momoa to Timothée Chalamet in action. Now, some of these French names for me a little bit difficult, especially Denis Villeneuve. See, it's difficult to pronounce that. Not as bad as Mahershala Ali was for me at first, but in retrospect, Mahershala Ali is a walk in the park compared to Denis Villeneuve. And if there's any French Canadians out there that can correct that if I'm enunciating wrong, please let me know. The latest batch of images from Denis Villeneuve's Dune, they're making me earn my money today, show Jason Momoa taking down enemies, plus offer glimpses of other cast members. Villeneuve is the latest director to try his hand at adapting Frank Herbert's iconic sci-fi novel into live-action form, and while the previous attempts have left fans wary, many are hopeful that this iteration of Dune can help turn things around. Villeneuve has already shared his intention to split Dune into two parts in order to properly explore Herbert's world, and he has assembled an awe-inspiring cast to help him do so. The cast includes Timothée Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Zendaya, Javier Bardem, and, of course, Momoa, Jason Momoa. Sounds like I really don't know who Timothée Chalamet is, but Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Brolin, Javier Bardem, of course, he was in No Country for Old Men, and Zendaya. So people saw Zendaya in this and automatically were like, oh, it's going to be woke, Zendaya's in it. I'm like, do you even understand? Do you even understand the concept of wokeness? If everything is woke, nothing is woke. So you want to sit back and wait, because there are people saying that, you know, certain movies are woke, this is woke, and I watch them, I'm like, and I do a series called Is It Woke? And it has not occurred to me that this is woke just because Zendaya's in it. And they race swapped another character and whatever. Let's just see how the movie plays out first before we go judging it. Dune takes place on a desert planet, Arrakis, home to an incredibly valuable resource typically known as spice. The Atreides family stand as leaders of Arrakis, though it is the son, Paul Chalamet, who finds himself embarking on an important journey throughout the story. Fans have been impatiently awaiting the arrival of the first Dune trailer, which was initially reported to arrive in August. However, Warner Brothers confirmed last week that Dune's trailer will arrive on September 9th online. So we've got 8 days until this trailer drops, so let's let the speculation begin on how this trailer is going to go. I am really looking forward to this. Like I said, I've seen the 1984 one, but it was so long ago that I don't remember it. I believe I watched it when I was very young because of its likeness to Star Wars, maybe. I don't know. probably something I believe I watched it with one of my parents, but I don't remember it, and I haven't watched it since. As fans await the first bit of footage from the film, they've been treated to a flurry of new images. Empire recently debuted new Dune covers, and now the publication has shared 3 new pictures. The first shows Paul and Shani, Zendaya, one of Arrakis's Freeman natives, prowling around together, while the second offers a look at Paul's father, Duke Leto, that's Oscar Isaac, and his master-at-arms, Gurney Halleck, Josh Brolin. Finally, fans have a new shot of Momoa's Duncan Idaho in the middle of battle. You can check them all out down below, and I'll disperse these throughout the video, of course, so you can take a look at them while we're talking here. The first batch of Dune images were hit with some mixed reaction from fans, but the excitement for the film still seems strong. Perhaps it's because Dune remains one of the few major blockbusters still scheduled for 2020, and the hopes that its position in December will keep it safe from any delays. However, Villeneuve has explained his progress in finishing the film has been slowed by the fake pandemic. So a potential delay remains a real concern. He didn't say that. The article doesn't say that. I said that. I'm sorry. However, Villeneuve has explained his progress in finishing the film has been slowed by that thing. So a potential delay remains a real concern, which it shouldn't, because I was in the theater last week. Everything's fine. Everybody's fine. Nevertheless, Warner Brothers is plunging ahead with its promotion of Dune. The arrival of the trailer in just a couple of weeks is bound to stir up even more interest in the film, especially since its given audience has a better idea of what to expect from the sci-fi epic. There are still plenty who remain wary of Villeneuve's efforts, and only time will tell if he manages to beat expectations. Still, these images certainly make it seem promising. Which, when I looked at them, I was like, okay, I think it's going to be cool. This movie is scheduled to be released on December 18th of 2020. And if you really look at these sandworms, they're very cool. They kind of, like I said, it's kind of reminiscent of Star Wars, just looking at the sandworms. You know, the Sarlacc, maybe the sandworms that Han and Leia encountered when they were on the asteroid and they flew down inside the one's, throat. But they're very cool looking. I think the concept art for these looks very good. I think this is going to be a cool movie. Like I said, I'm not hypercritical of everything. I'm not an aficionado. I've never read any of the books. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie in probably 30 plus years. I was probably under 10 years old when I watched it. And that's probably why I just vaguely remember Sting's character, because he was over the top, and Kyle MacLachlan I recall because I've seen him in other things since. So is this movie a huge deal for me? It's not a huge deal for me. Like I said, I've never done a video for it for the channel, but it just seems like something that's going to be relevant, and it is kind of a blockbuster coming out this year, which in a year that has been hamstringed by this thing going on and every theater being shut down. I mean, yeah, it has the potential to be a huge blockbuster. I think moving forward, we're going to see movie productions and budgets scaled back to encompass this new reality of releasing movies. I think the days of the $150, $200, $1 million production budgets are over. I think that might have come to an end with this, because movies are going to start going straight to streaming now, brand new movies. Bill and Ted Face the Music was just released, and I can already just turn my TV on and stream it. I have to pay for it, but I can still watch it. New Mutants. I went to the theater to see that. I've wanted to see that in the theater since it was announced. So there's certain movies that are going to draw your customers to the theater, and there's certain movies that people are going to be like, I'm gonna pass on that and I'm gonna watch it at home. So what do you guys think? Do you think Dune is going to be this sweeping epic? I'm happy that they originally said, Villeneuve said 2 movies, not 3, because everybody thinks everything has to be a trilogy these days. You can't just make a movie. It has to have, a sequel or a post. And I was laughing at the end of New Mutants when everybody's sitting there waiting for a post-credit scene. I'm like, there's no post-credit scene. This isn't an MCU movie, So, I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Please be sure to bitch slap that like button for me. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications. I'm Etepelkuina, the place to be reviews. I have been here with all of yous. And remember, if I don't see you, have yourselves a great day. And, as always, a pleasant tomorrow.